that. Look at this. Like, it's just such a good lip color. I love it. Hi guys, welcome back to the Clean Beauty Code. I am so excited for this video because it's the end of the month, which means we are doing a monthly Clean Beauty favorites. We're doing my June Clean Beauty favorites, and I'm so excited to get in this video. I feel like I have a lot in one category that surprises me now that I'm looking down of like one of my most used categories. So I'm really excited to get in this video and show you what I've been loving and using this month. So if you're excited for this video and more videos like this, then please like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into my June Clean Beauty favorites. Okay, let's get into it. And I'm just gonna start with makeup first, then we're gonna go into skincare and all that jazz. So let's get into it. First things first, I have been grabbing this specific powder a lot this month. I still grab my Ami Collet constantly, but this was my most grabbed, so I'm talking about this one this month, the Westman Atelier. And this one was my most grabbed because I had it in my bag, like it's my travel little guy that's always in my purse, and because of that, I was touching up with it a lot this month and just having it in my bag because I was like doing a lot of running around. And I love it. I love having like a small little compact. This is really great. And then for at home, I'm grabbing the Ami Collet One More just because it's a loose powder, and I like to start with a loose powder and then do one that's kind of packed in a pan if I'm doing my makeup. But because this was my on-the-go guy and I was on the go a lot, this was my most used. Really, really good. Next, we have a complexion product that I would use to cover up like breakouts and stuff. I wasn't wearing a lot of like complexion products on my face very much this month just because I was having a little breakout right here specifically and a little bit right here where it was like almost under the skin bumps that would just like go away, then come back, then go away and come back. And I was like, okay, can we have a conversation? Stop it. So I wasn't wearing a lot of stuff on my face, but I was using this to cover up hyperpigmentation if I had any, or some of the acne marks. And this is the Merit Beauty Foundation Complexion Stick. This is before they changed their packaging and made the stick a little bit bigger, but this is the shade Buff. I love this. It's really, really good. It works really well on top of hyperpigmentation. It works really well to cover up stuff. I love this. I really like this product. I mean, I've talked about this 1,000 times on my channel, but I've been grabbing this a ton again this month. And I just love it. It's just so, so good. So then another complexion product I was grabbing, I was kind of going with a more light, since I was going with a little bit more of a lightweight makeup look and kind of just, I was running around a lot and I just had like one concealer with me. I was grabbing this one a ton from Say Beauty. I was still grabbing the Kulfi one, which you know is like my ride or die right now, but this one was my most grabbed concealer of the month. So, so good. This specific shade right now, the shade 3, is one that I just have been loving, and I like to blend it with my finger. If I have to pick like a tool to blend it out with, it would be a sponge over a brush, but I prefer always with this one to blend out with my fingers. It's just something about the heat of your body, I don't love that, but the warmth of your body makes it melt into the skin like seamlessly. Super, super good. Okay, so the next, I have been using this contour product a ton this month. This is from Victoria Beckham Beauty. I really like this. It's just kind of like it's almost like an eyeshadow stick style, if you can see. I don't know if you can tell. I did a whole review on this. Can I please get it together? I've done a whole review on this, but I've also used it on my lid, and you can contour around the face. I personally like to use it on my nose if I'm going to use it at all specifically as a contour, just because I don't really contour my face that much because I just feel like I'm not good at it, to be honest. But I do like do a little bit of contour on my nose because right now I'm really liking just a little bit of bronze on my nose, but I don't like to like take a bronzer and like pull it down my entire nose. I like to kind of focus it on the sides and then kind of blend it out so it's not too much. So I really like to use this for that, but it does, I guess for me, I'm using it more as like to make it look like I'm kind of a little bit more tan. I just came back from the beach as opposed to contour, but this is great. I really, really enjoy this. I got the shade. Is it on here? Yeah, it should be. Am I crazy? I'm going to link the name down below because I can't seem to find it on this, and I know it's on here. Girl. I can't find it because I'm all over the place, but this is great. I really, really enjoy this. And it does have a nice range of good like neutral but not too cool tones, because I do feel like at times, like I know that contour is meant to be more cool, but on me it can look a little bit too ashy, so this is great. Okay, so the next, now I wasn't grabbing bronzer as much this month as I was blush. However, if I was grabbing it, I was going with this one, the LYS Beauty, which you know I love, bronzer stick, and I have the shade Harmony in this, and I love this. Super creamy, blends out really easily. I love LYS Beauty specifically because, first of all, their formulas are great, but they know how to do shades that people want and that work on so many complexions, and they don't go too warm or too cool. They kind of do like the perfect shades, and it's great because sometimes stuff is so orange, sometimes stuff is too ashy looking if you have darker skin, and I feel like they do a really, really good job, and they have a really nice shade range. So if you struggle finding bronzers that work for your complexion, definitely check out LYS Beauty. And if you're looking for a bronzer stick, this one is really, really good, really creamy, blends out like a dream. And I do have their powder bronzer as well, and that's great. And I have two shades in that one. I have the shade Courage, I believe, and the shade Harmony again. Courage is more my summer color, but Harmony is my year-round. So the next we're going to talk about blush, and I'm surprised with how few blushes I have, for the fact that I am constantly like going between a couple blushes, and I kind of like rotate evenly. So I always have 1,000, but I actually don't have that many. So one I've been grabbing a ton this month, like out of all of these, the most grabbed one is the one from Mara Beauty. So this is their old packaging. I have a backup of this in the shade Beverly Hills. This is a beautiful shade, and it is just like the perfect flush for spring, summer, but it's like subtle, and it's creamy, and it blends out like a dream. Now, this is not necessarily the most long-lasting cream blush of all time, but it's really, really nice. And what I usually do is, I don't have a brush with me, but I usually just take a brush, touch the top, and apply it to my cheeks. Normally, if I had something that was in a stick like this, I would go on the back of my hand with the stick and then apply it, take a brush and apply, and dip in and apply. But I find with this one, I like to apply directly from the bullet, especially this shade Beverly Hills, because I feel like I won't get enough product on the brush and then won't have enough pigmentation. This is great. I really like it, and it gives me a really youthful looking cheek, and it has like a nice dewiness to it. I really, really like this. Okay, next, another cream product I've been grabbing for my cheeks a ton this month is this one. This one from Coolfie. Specifically, this shade has been my most grabbed, Sandalwood Swirls, but I've also been grabbing this one, which is something Pinky Promise. These are both great. I'm actually wearing Sandalwood Swirls very lightly on my cheeks today, but I love these. They're super good. They're super nice and long wearing, which is great, and they don't have too much dew to them, but they're not matte where they leave you looking flat or anything, but they do have a more natural finish in my opinion, and I just love these. These are really good, and they have great shades, and I feel like a lot of people are kind of like loving purple blush, and they have one that's like more of a true purple blush color, but then they have a really good berry tone. These are great. Okay, so the next, I like to top my blushes in summer specifically, but kind of year round, with a powder, just because I just like that. It just always like makes it last as long as possible. So one that I've been grabbing a ton is this one. No one's shocked, because this has been my most grabbed powder blush probably in all year probably. This is from Bare Minerals, and this is their Gen Nude Bronzer Blush Duo, and this is the shade Kiss of Pink, and I love this. It's just so beautiful. And I have Kiss of Copper and Kiss of Rose as well. I know they came out with 2 other shades. I don't think I'm going to grab any of those because I really, really like the ones that I have, but they do have 2 new shades. But I really, really like this one for kind of every day if I'm doing like a more pinky blush that's more of in the vein of this type of pink, the one from Beverly Hills. Really, really nice, and really extends the blush and has like a really pretty sheen to it. I mean, I've talked about these 1,000 times, so I'm not going to gab on too much, but these are really, really good. And then next, I feel like these might not surprise you as well, the Haus Labs blushes, they're powder blushes. So this one is in the shade Pomelo Peach, which is gorge, and then this one is in the shade Hibiscus Haze. These are gorgeous. I have both of these. I bought Hibiscus Haze first, and then I loved the formula, so I was like, sign me up for another one. And I got Pomelo Peach, and this is just a gorge. This is definitely going to be a go-to summer blush for me. I know that the trend for summer this year is kind of moving away from as pink of blushes, which I definitely want to because I love a pink blush, and moving more towards a peach. And this would be the peach that I'm kind of going with. It's just really, really good. It's just so beautiful. I mean, look at that. It's not too orangey, and when I apply it to my cheeks, it just gives me like the most beautiful summer flush. I don't know, I love it. So the next, the category that I have that is the biggest is lips this freaking month, which is wild. So I have a ton of lip products. First, I want to talk lip liner because I have the least amount of lip liners. These two lip liners. So I have Victoria Beckham lip liners in two shades that I've been grabbing a ton this month. I also have another shade from them I grab a ton, but these are my most grabbed, the shade 02 and 04. I love these. They're beautiful. I mean, I've talked about Victoria Beckham lip liners 1,000 times, but these ones are really great specifically, and I love the way that they just look and wear and feel. I don't know, they're so good. And then this lip liner from RMS Beauty, this is a newer one to my collection, and this is the shade Sunset something. Sunset Nude, yeah, Sunset Nude. I love this shade as well. This is more of a neutral shade than 04 from Victoria Beckham Beauty, and more in the vein of the neutralness that I get from the shade 02, but this has more of a, it's like neutral warmth to this one, whereas 02 has more of a more neutral, and is more of a true like lighter nude for me. But this is great. I love this shade, and ever since I got this, I've been like throwing this in my bag nonstop because it's just so good no matter what the rest of my makeup looks like, you know? Really good. Okay, so the next I have been grabbing these nonstop. The Kosas, their sheer lipsticks that they came out with in two shades. I have the shade 100 Degrees, which is this really pretty, like neutrally, like a neutral pink. It's just gorgeous. I mean, should I put a little bit on? I love this shade. It's so good. I have something else on my lips, but that's fine. It's just so, I mean, look at that. Look at that, like it's just such a good lip color. I love it. What do you guys think of the lip shade? Isn't it gorgeous lip shade? I love this. It's just such a good, again, another very neutral shade that I can just have in my bag, and no matter what the rest of my makeup is looking like, it's really good. And then I also have this one that I've been loving, and that's more of a pinky one. This is more Tropic Bliss. Did I say more Tropic Bliss? No. I did, but I just mean it's just Tropic Bliss, and it's great, and I really like this. I tried both of these on in the video where I reviewed these, if you want to go see them kind of side by side, and I swatched it all, but really, really good. Okay, so the next I have been grabbing, I'm back at it again with my Ami Collet lip oil. Love this stuff. It's so good, and I've talked about this a ton. It's a great lip oil with the fact that it's hydrating, but it also is an amazing gloss. Really, really good. Okay, so the next, let's talk about a gloss that I've been loving. This one from Tower 28, this shade Pistachio, and I get a lot of compliments when I wear this. It's like a really pretty, like pink, like light pink, but it's not so light that it looks like almost ashy on my lips, or too light where it looks like I need a lip liner. This is gorgeous. I love this, and I really like Tower 28 lip glosses. They're just so good. You can never go wrong. Okay, so the next. I have just so many lip products. These liquid lip balms from Rowan Beauty. I've talked about these a ton. If you've been on this channel before or watched a favorites video before, you probably aren't surprised. I love these. Specifically the shade Charlie I've been grabbing the most, but I've also been grabbing the shade Remy when I want something a little bit more of a light nude. But Charlie is my most grabbed and most purchased. This one, it's just such a beautiful shade. Love. And then I have been grabbing this lip balm from Summer Fridays nonstop. This is specifically the shade Pink Sugar. I really, really like this. It's just super hydrating, has like a really subtle pink shade to it. And I just love this. This is a really good, this is the first of the Summer Fridays I think it's lip butters, yeah, that I purchased, and I'm hooked. I get the hype, but I think I would only kind of love this shade. I don't think I would want more shades, unless there was another one that was kind of like this pinky shade, because I love a lip balm that has a tint that's more of a pinky tint, because it just wakens up my face, but I really like this. And then lastly, speaking of lip balms that wake up my face, we have this one. So this is from RMS Beauty. This is their lip lights in the shade Bare, super hydrating. This is more of a pH product, so it gives like a subtle pink color to your lips and kind of pH, does its pH magic, whatever it is. And it's really good, and I like this a lot, and it's super, super hydrating and like smooths out any like dryness, which I love. And then last but not least, in the makeup section, we have this lash curler, and this is from Shiseido. I curl my lashes definitely the most in summer because I will do, take like, you can do an Aquaphor, but I take Lana Lips 101 ointment, put it on my lashes, and curl my lashes with a lash curler. It doesn't have to be this one, and it just wakens up my eyes. It makes my lashes look a lot thicker and darker, and it just means I don't have to wear mascara. And when you're all sweaty and you're outside, it's really nice, and it's a really good go-to trick for like just when you really want a true no makeup look, but you don't want it to be a completely no mascara look. You want it to kind of still have your eyes look really awake. Curling your lashes and doing that is great, or just curling your lashes in general is great. And this is a great lash curler. I really, really like it. So now we're gonna go into skincare. I just have a handful of products, so this will be quick. First, Costa Sport deodorant. I love this. I am a smelly sweater, so this is life-saving, like truly, and I don't smell at all. I don't feel like it's a roll-on, a roller ball type of thing. I don't feel like it makes my underarms too wet. That like, you know, sometimes I'm like the ones that when they first came out with the like more roller ball-y ones that you would just get at like CVS or whatever, where they were like too damp under your arms, and you were like, okay. And you it felt like you had to dry your underarms. This, like, it doesn't feel like too heavy, too thick, whatever, and I don't smell at all. And that's the goal of deodorant, is to not stank up people's lives. So then next I want to talk about, my skin has been kind of, like I said before, like I've been a little bit struggle city with my skin, and this has been really helpful for like toning down my skin. So this is from Ren, and this is their Ultra Comforting Rescue Mask, and I just put it on and let it do its thing, and it's just so good. My skin looks so happy afterwards and really hydrated. I don't know, I really like this product, and if you're struggling with your skin and you need something that's just going to help calm it down, this is a great product to use. I highly recommend. Okay, so the next, another product that's holy grail, truly, and I've repurchased 1,000 times. I've repurchased it ever since I tried it. When oh my gosh, so long ago, like 8 years ago or something insane. This product from Caudalie, this is their detox oil. They used to have an old, like a different packaging, and they were like changing the packaging and I think changed the formula maybe slightly, but it still works just as good at like getting rid of like skin irritation. And in summer, this is like clutch, because when I reapply sunscreen and I'm like live, breathe, die by sunscreen, I really need something that helps like combat sometimes, like, you know, when you get sweaty and then you're in the heat a lot, sometimes my skin just like kind of erupts in like skin colored bumps, and it's happened to me a few times. So this is like life-changing. This also helps with breakouts when I'm breaking out. I don't know, I just love this, and I have backups of this because I cannot run out, because every time I run out, my skin gets super mad at me, and then I'm like, oh my god, now I have to wait for it to come back in stock, or I have to wait for it to come in. So this is really good. I love this. And then last but not least, this face cream from First Aid Beauty, their Ultra Repair Cream. I love this. And this is one that is like my go-to in summer, but also for like events. Like if I have a long day and I'm gonna be wearing a full face of makeup, this is what I prep my skin with, because it doesn't make my skin look too dewy. And I have combo skin, so I get really dewy in my T-zone, and this doesn't make me look, this like, I don't know what is in this, but it makes my skin look way more balanced than anything else that I've ever used. It's really good. I am a big fan of this, which is why I had a couple of the smaller ones, and then I like stopped using it for a while and was testing other things, and then I had a couple more other ones of the small ones, and then I finally was just like, okay, I'm gonna get the big one, because this has never like done me dirty at all. And if I have like a long day of events, whether it's let's say a concert, or it's like summertime and it's a whole day of shopping and outside with your friends, or if it's a wedding event, or whatever it is, this is just the go-to, and my skin never is looking like a dewy mess. And yeah, that is it for my favorites from the month of June. I would love to know, what were you loving this month? Leave it down below. And I'm on the hunt for a new show. So tell me what show I need to be watching, because I have been kind of craving a new show and I'm kind of bored of what I've been watching. So leave a comment down below on a show that you love that you think I should watch. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.